Hey y'all, welcome back to Simon T Podcast. We got some Stella Rose.
Okay.
I'm a little chocolate wasted. But today we're gonna talk about 50-50. The whole, financial talk. But I really feel like some people don't really define 50-50. Um, does that naturally change in some situation? Does that look different once you get married? Do people, do 50-50 due to lack of trust? We're going to get into and talk about it a little bit. And I feel like to define 50-50 really is just splitting bills, splitting things. But I'm an advocate for really just doing what works best for you and y'all relationship and what that looks like as far as finances wise. And I feel like the whole 50-50 thing comes from, people feeling balanced and feeling equal. But I also feel like the whole controversy of it is kind of like ego and pride driven. Because, some niggas like, I ain't ready to do all this and pay all this and pay all that. Some females need to have their own money. And some females feel like, guys are the providers. Y'all pay the bills. And we take care of the home type of thing. When you hear 50-50 in a relationship, what does that actually mean to you? Like, does it splitting all the bills, but is it really splitting all the bills or?
I mean, I feel like 50-50 is basically equal, and it is like splitting the bills or splitting household. Because I don't even think it's even just with financial wise. Like, who is taking care of what in the home? Like, even though it always be on the female to do the cooking, do the cleaning, and all that, but me personally, I be feeling like all that stuff is biased. Everybody should take turns with the cooking and the cleaning and give everybody a break or whatever the case may be. So 50-50 can definitely be just taking care of household stuff outside of just finances. But financial wise, I do feel like everybody should get a break with that too, because nobody should be putting all their money in, then the other person still, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody should be able to live their life and be able to spend their money on what they want to spend their money on. Like,
yeah, I agree. I don't feel like the woman should have to cook all the time. But it also depends on what's your strong suit in a relationship and what's your weakness. Yeah. Because you may have,
because if somebody can't cook, they can't cook, and you ain't got to cook for me, baby. But then people already know that when they get together, you know what I'm saying? People know that, you know what I'm saying? So if that's what you can deal with and that's what you like, that, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, per your relationship, like that's what you deal with, like. But I'm gonna need somebody to know how to cook. Like, if I know how to cook, I'm gonna need you to know how to cook, because I don't want to just be the only one doing that. Like, I feel like everybody need a break when it comes to everything. Like,
right. And if I'm going to be the one cooking all the time, you wash them dishes.
Right. Something. Yeah.
Something.
50-50. If you gonna cook, you need to clean. Like, yeah, that ain't even matching up to, oh, you cook, I cook. That's you do one thing, I do one thing. So it could be a whole lot of different things where people come to 50, like things that come to 50-50. Like,
yeah, I agree, because, and that goes to my next question, like, do you think relationships should be equal or just balanced? And I feel like it should be both. I don't feel like no one should put, each other on a pedestal and of any of that.
Yeah.
I just feel like we both should look at each other as equal. And what do you like to take on? Because you got some females that don't like to cook or clean.
Yeah.
And some guys are cool with that. Some guys are cool with just being the cook. Some guys are just, you got to just be careful about what you want and just don't settle. But I definitely agree with that. I definitely believe that relationships should be equal. It should be balanced. And then communicate. Y'all should have these type of conversations. Again, what is your weakness and what is your strong suit? Are you a nurturer? Are you financially responsible? And that's the biggest one. I feel like once you get into a relationship, it gets serious and y'all start living together and taking care of a home together. Are you financially stable? Are you able to save money? Have I seen you in your broke season? Have I seen you with a lot of money? Like, what does that look like? Because especially when it comes to marriage, I would think, y'all really getting into each other's finances.
Because people have joint accounts and all type of stuff then.
So it's like, who's going to be responsible for the bills? Because The man, he might have all the money and be able to provide that way, but the female is taking care of, making sure that bill payment
Everything
is
at
getting
home.
paid
Yeah.
because that's just not maybe his strong suit. Like, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I can go out here and make the money, but I may not be financially responsible enough to pay the bill on time. So it's certain things that has definitely needs to be counterparted in the whole 50-50 conversation. And when we talk about the 50-50 situation, does that naturally change? Because things happen.
Mm-hmm.
The breadwinner may not be the breadwinner no more.
Yeah.
So now the one that wasn't the breadwinner gotta double up. Might gotta
Yeah.
get 2 jobs. Shit, some people work 3 jobs. What does that look like
Mm-hmm.
now?
Because you know what I'm saying, if your partner falls short,
Right.
because then it's not gonna be 50-50 no more. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's just like, I don't know, all of that within that. Like, because we could be going 50-50 first, but what happens if somebody falls short? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Especially if the breadwinner per se was the one solely paying all the bills.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're not the breadwinner no more, something happens. Do I even want to step up? I'm not used to this.
Yeah.
You got to adjust and you got to be there for your partner. And then it's like, it's been some situations that a female will walk away and be like, no, because ain't
Right.
nobody tell you to lose your job or lose this and lose that.
Right.
Do you have a partner that can really pivot, that can really adjust, that can have your back fully? And I feel like that's what 50-50 is really about. I don't really think it's really about the
The
fan.
equal, like the
Yeah.
50-50 split down the middle for real. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know if people think 50-50 mean like literally 50-50. Like, you split this, we split that. I think it's just, you need to take care of this, I need to take care of
Mm-hmm.
this, and we gon', you know what I'm saying? We gonna make sure it's 100,
Yep.
50-50. It's
No, facts though.
like,
And then it's like what are your mores and what are your values? People are raised different. And
yeah.
if we want to go all the way back in the day, the man provides, man pay the bills, the wife stay at home, make sure the house is clean, take care of the house, and you bear the children.
But even you touching on that, even with that 50-50 thing, it's just like you just saying that just now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I was gonna say that's all right, that going with that is how, sometimes like you say about men, they don't mind being, the financial person and take care of everything. But at the same time, like, I feel like sometimes men get tired of that too. Going back to say, how men be like, don't work, baby, I'll take care of it, I'll take care of the home and stuff like that. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
even if still as a woman, like, it's just like, I don't know if I could just be like, okay, I'm gonna just sit back and let you do your
Yeah.
thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, 100, you got 100, boo.
You gotta, you
You know what I'm
gotta get a
saying? Do
hundred
your thing.
percent.
Like, I don't think I could ever be like that in general. Even if a
Yeah.
man just said, "Go ahead, do your thing." Like, nah.
Yeah,
Mm-mm.
because personally for me, I can't do it. And I would want to be like in a relationship, not be so independent
Yeah.
and let the man take over certain things, especially when they want to, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I feel like that all ties into your mores and your values. You're not gonna let your women or sit there and let your women do certain things.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sometimes people when we go out with a man that's real strict on you not paying for nothing.
Right. Or holding the door, opening the car door, whatever that is. If they still do that.
It's
But
such a beautiful thing.
like I said, if they still do that.
Yeah, so I feel like the 50-50 thing is not based on finances per se. It's about,
Mm-hmm.
are y'all equal? Are y'all balanced? Are y'all aligned? Do y'all want the same things? And do y'all compromise and get through the things that y'all need to get through in your home?
Mm-hmm.
Do you think 50-50 comes from lack of trust?
No, I don't think it comes from lack of trust. I think it just comes from like what works within the relationship. Cause I feel like 50-50, like I said, is just not putting too much weight on either person. I don't think it got anything to do with like lack of trust. Like, cause what you mean? Like, as far as,
I'm gonna
oh, you
say
need to
as
make sure
in,
you pay like that person need to make sure they pay their portion.
you know how like when people get married and they get
A prenup.
a prenup.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you don't fully have faith that this relationship will last long, and
Mm-hmm.
that you may have fear that you are putting all of your money or your assets or your investments into something that you're not sure that's going to last long, to death do you part, baby, you're going to have to split it.
Right, I get what you're saying with that too,
And I
though.
feel like it's been certain scenarios that I have witnessed and also, just seeing over social media. But I just feel like it's been certain situations where you may not have full faith in your relationship. And it's certain things that you're probably not ready to be fully invested in because you don't know how long it's going to take. We work hard for our money. People work hard for their money. And some
Yeah.
people may feel like, I'm not going to keep paying for every date. I'm not going to keep, buying you this or buying you that,
Mm-hmm.
which is understandable. And I feel like for people or some men anyway, for them to not feel so obligated or feel like they just pouring and pouring and pouring and not getting nothing back,
Mm-hmm.
that may be something they would do. Like, yeah, I can do it, but I got to kind of see you in some worthy type of thing. I feel like some situations be like that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying though.
Yeah.
Because somebody might feel like they might don't want to put all, you know what I'm saying, they all into it because it's just like they don't know. So they want to go 50-50. But then, like I
Mm-hmm.
said, I feel like that's different too because it's like relationship versus marriage. Because it's just like, yeah, it'll change once you get married. So it's just like, it just depends, like the dynamic of it.
Yeah, and it might, and then at the same time, it might not change
That
marriage
might work
because
for
that
them.
it has worked for you and
Hmm.
worked for them, and it's long driven. In order for someone to feel like they are not giving more than what they receive, they may just go that 50-50 route.
Right.
Because, been on dates where the guy would pay, but the female would lead the tip,
Hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it's going back again, it's all about your morals and values. Do you even care that this man is spending all of his money on
Hmm.
you? Do you want to give back? Do you want to reciprocate in some way? He's
Yeah.
buying you this, he's buying you that. Do you give out gifts? Do you
Yeah.
buy?
Yeah.
Like,
That
I'm
is
old.
no. That is what they say though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, is we can, trick off together.
Hmm.
But, some women, I, we have our own shit, have our own bread and all this type of stuff. So we don't have to depend on a man
Right.
to do anything. It's definitely very nice and definitely very appreciated.
Hmm.
But I just feel like, so this thing won't be such a controversy all the time. Just have your own money.
Right.
Build yourself up the way you want to.
Because if
And
somebody
then
leave the dead mile, you talk about 50-50. Is you gonna be to pay a hundred of your own
a
bills
hundred
if
of your
somebody
own
left you with that
bills.
house or that apartment or that whatever it is. But so
But,
be cool with being able to do 50-50 with your partner or whatever, man, woman,
hmm
whatever. But
but
I just
also
need
be able
everybody to
to
be able
stand
to
on your
your
own
own,
two
yeah.
feet. Seriously. And I feel like it wouldn't be a bother about this whole 50-50 thing. It wouldn't be no, oh, he got to pay for this, he got to pay for that. Like, boo, I got it too. Like, don't get it fucked up
Yeah.
at all. Have you ever felt like you were giving more than you were receiving in a relationship or dating wise or anything?
Yes, but I be feeling like that all the time. Well, I ain't gonna say all the time, but I'm saying I think just the type of person I'm willing to buy a man something because if I fuck with you or I love you like that, it's just like I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
be willing to do it. If I see
Yeah.
this and I know that you like this or you said something about it and I see it, I'm gonna do it because I fuck with you. But yeah, I just feel like I'm like that in general because I got a big heart. So
Yeah. We both one and the same. That's why you my twin girl. But
Hmm.
that's exactly how it goes. If I love you, I care about you, and it's just, and most of my gifts is like thoughtful as fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm creating shit, I'm making shit like thoughtful as fuck.
Hmm.
So, and then it's like I don't really. Yes, men are supposed to provide, but I don't know. I just look at everybody so equal. Like, we're
Yeah, because
human
like I
for
said,
real, for real.
like I said, I try not to be biased when it comes to a lot of stuff because it's just like
Yeah.
everybody always try to put a gender label on it, and it's just like it's really not that serious.
And I feel like you would know if you just dealing with somebody that don't want to do nothing.
Yeah, then that means you just don't need to be with that person at all.
That's why you just don't settle.
Yeah.
Really get what you want. Now, if you want a man that pay all the bills, handles all of those things because how you was raised, or you feel like that's what they're supposed to do, then you don't settle until you find that man that is okay with paying all the damn. And
Everybody got
baby,
their
if
own
he does
wants.
do that, I need you to save all the money that you make because when he walks away, I need you to be able to stand on your 2 feet, and then it could be, it's vice versa. I'm lying because I ain't never heard of no woman. Now, If you know you living with your man and something happens and he's down and out and you end up paying all the bills and you got to hold it down for a certain amount of time, that's you do that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Even if it's vice versa, ain't nothing wrong with that because that's what a partnership is. That's what you're supposed to do. But if you really just got you a whole bum,
yeah,
that ain't doing
no
nothing.
ma'am.
Especially if you
No
just
ma'am, no sir.
dating
Woman on
and Chad. Matter of fact, let me bring it back. Have you ever felt like you were giving more than you were receiving? Yes. I'm gonna put y'all in my business a little bit because whew, all right, so I play too much. So
I'm just waiting, like
exhale. So dated someone before, and I got my own money, and a guy didn't really match the tax bracket, which is okay, which is fine.
Yeah, because you be fucking with people because you be fucking with them.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't care about what you get. I stand on. You can have all the money in the world. You can have all the
and she don't mean like that,
car.
She said she don't care about what she care about what you get.
I care about what you get, but it's materialistic. Yeah. Like have your.
She don't want no bum.
I don't want no bum. But when it comes to you can't never knock on my door and be like here and I receive it and now you can come in. No, that's no. Care about your mental more than the materialistic things. And I stand on. I feel like you can have all the money money in the world, but if you treat me bad, you can go. That
don't account for nothing. Yeah,
it wouldn't count for shit, nigga. You broke my ass. So, but dating this guy and in the past and. I used to be like sending shit like, let's go here, let's go there. And it was never on some shit like, oh, if I go here, you paying for both of us. It was on some shit like, it's just never, it's expected, but it's not expected. Like, I don't, what's that word? I don't bet on it. Yeah. So, yeah, just sending it, and they like, yeah, we can go, we can do this, we can do that. Whole time just spinning. And, I kind of stopped, took a break on, trying to do something with a nigga because that's just awful. Yeah, that's just real awful bad.
That you got to be planning your own stuff. I'm just going
you see why I had to take the deep breath?
It just don't be making sense, honey. It just don't be making sense. You know what I'm saying?
It don't be making sense. It just
but then I be having to think about shit in my own head, like, tighten up.
You know what I'm saying? Out of here. Okay, you got to go. And then just kept spinning me. And then got to the root of the tootie, and it was just like, I don't make this much. Like, I don't make as much as you, and I don't do this, and I'm not finna pay for this, pay for this and pay for that. I ain't never asked you. You know what I'm saying? Just do you want to go? So I had to do a little flex on the nigga. And they got me fucked up.
Yeah.
But it's just when it comes to some of y'all men pride and y'all ego, honey.
Baby, put that shit to the side. Like, for real. Put that shit to the
side. Y'all pride and y'all ego is disgusting. Yuck. Like, communicate that. But you don't want to communicate that and you want to come all defensive and with an attitude because your pride and your ego is fucked up because you're fucking with a bitch who makes more than you.
Yep. And the definition, it ain't always about the 50-50.
Damn sure couldn't go 50-50 with him.
It ain't always about the 50-50. Like, sure.
It ain't always about the 50-50.
Do whatever works for you, boo.
Do whatever works for you and your relationship and what aligns and what makes sense for your relationship. And
she can't say that.
I can't say that. Why I can't say that?
That's all you gonna say. If it makes sense, did it make sense?
What? You talking about the thing I just talk about? No, that ain't make sense. That didn't align. It didn't make sense. All right. Out of here. Ready to go. First of all, I'm a very understanding person. Anyone who really knows me personally, I'm very understanding. All you had to do was be like, not right now. I'm in the saving mode. I'm in this. I'm in that. Like, duh, that's life. You have every right. But for you to come for me because I just want to plan shit and your ego is hurt because you can't do it, that don't got nothing to do with me.
Right.
So, I just feel like you wanna if you want to make more money, you would. Yeah, and that just goes to another topic. They don't try hard enough, and us females are out hustling these men, and it's so sad. I see black, not even just black women. I just see women, period, that are working 2 to 3 jobs, hustling, getting. I see women, you going back to school and you starting your career, getting it, and then I see other men who ain't getting it. What's wrong? Some of y'all still doing the same shit. You still trying to, do that rapping career. You still standing at the corner stuff. Being in the corner stuff.
Sure.
What's wrong? That's all I got to say is what's wrong. Because I don't understand. I think that's pretty much it. Like,
yeah, because we're going to get more into that on the next one.
Yeah. Out hustling these. I cannot wait. Okay? I think this is going to be my episode 5. So episode 6 I can't wait for that. I cannot wait. Because we're going to have a very, very special guest. And yeah, it's going to be fire. It's going to be fire. So stay tuned for that. Man.